My name is Taylor Anderson. I'm from Minnesota. AmeriCorps seemed like a really good opportunity for me to work in sort of the nonprofit sector, get some government experience, get leadership experience, and to travel and see the U.S. during the pandemic, which I didn't think I'd have the opportunity to do otherwise.
My name is Eric Allen. I am 20 years old. I'm from Vernon, Connecticut. I got into NCCC because I didn't want to continue college because of COVID. So I figured what's the better way than to travel the country and volunteer.
I'm Max. I'm from Miami, Florida. How I got involved in AmeriCorps, I had a very unhealthy lifestyle where I was just like living at home, doing nothing. And then my father just said, "You gotta do something here."
I'm Ryan Radenbaugh. I'm from Charleston, South Carolina, and I got involved with NCCC through my parents. Actually, they introduced it to me. They brought forth like this whole plan that I would do when I joined NCCC, and I needed a gap year idea because I didn't want to go straight to college. So I just took them up with that whole plan, and I ended up doing it.
My name's Adina Hopkins. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I joined NCCC after college. I wanted to help the community because my mom was in it when programs first started back in like '94. So I just wanted to continue to help the community, branch out. I want to work in arts and culture in the government.
One of the biggest lessons that I've learned that's really helped me in my role and has greatly benefited the team once I learned this lesson. But it comes down to delegation, trusting your teammates to do these things and delegating responsibility so that it's easier on yourself, and that kind of folds into this nice little idea of self-care and finding a work-life balance in a program that is pretty intensive and pretty demanding of your personal time. And those responsibilities make them more engaged and more invested, and they get more power in this relationship that is the team, and with that power they get more comfort, they get more satisfaction.
I decided to join because I didn't want to do online schooling, and I always had like a passion for helping people in the beginning anyways, so I was like, this seems like a really good opportunity, and I just took advantage of it. A lesson that I think is really important is be open to new perspectives. I've talked to people from all walks of life through my AmeriCorps program. It's really good to just be able to have your mind be open to all different kinds of possibilities and personalities, and you never really know what's going to come from those relationships you form.
Some new skills, probably. We have been painting a lot, so definitely have acquired some new skills in painting and just zoning out and just trucking through any tasks they give us with like painting. But also, I've learned how to use some power tools because we've had some little projects where we use power tools.
The skills I've added in AmeriCorps is definitely perseverance, I'll say, because would not be here without that.
I know I could probably build a house. That's working with Habitat here and Habitat in Sacramento. I know I could probably build a house. And then like the inner workings of working a nonprofit, it's very difficult. You think it's just find the demographic that needs help and then like find volunteers, send people out there to help them, but it's much more layered than that.
Helping others helps me advance my future because when I'm helping others, I can build that experience and that confidence that'll eventually help me later down in life and will just better my future.
Other than having references and such, I like to show perspectives of other people in my art, and having the opportunity to travel across the country, interacting with different people gives me that chance to portray those perspectives of different socioeconomic situations. So that's helping me with my art career and my artwork so far.
If you want to get into government and help people, yes, you go to AmeriCorps. Me personally is like, I'm still here because my team is like really the best team out there. My favorite place to work at in Red Lodge would have to be at the Habitat because it's pretty chill with Rex, our sponsor there. I guess the manual labor, keeps you focused.
My favorite place to work at would probably have to be the wildlife sanctuary, because I've never been to a zoo or any type of sanctuary before, and I've never gotten to get a close-up on like wild animals like that.
As far as the work goes, I've really enjoyed anything that takes us outside. Working with the Beartooth Trails Association. We've done a bit of work with the AB Wilderness. Anything that'll take us outside. We can just enjoy the weather, working at Wildlife Sanctuary. We get to see the animals, again, outdoors work. So for me, that's really the highlight.
I would definitely want it to be like the Wildlife Sanctuary and maybe even the Beartooth Trails Association, just to be able to just get out and explore. At first, when we got to Red Lodge, I had my preconceived notions of a small town, as does anyone, but there's a lot of beauty in the town, and I should have had an opener mind when I came. Being able to get out and, even just to walk up on the Beartooth Pass when it's closed and be able to see all that, it's really beautiful.
Even though it was one day, the food bank, as a kid, we had always had to go to the food bank, and I knew I would get happy when we finally got food. So just seeing those people get food, I know it's a basic necessity, but it made me happy knowing that we could help.
After NCCC, I will fly straight home. I'll spend the summer at home just working at my job I used to have before I got here. And then I'll go to college, actually, in Flagstaff, Arizona. I'm gonna enroll in Coconino Community College for my first year of college for my entire freshman year. And then I'll eventually transfer over to Northern Arizona University and continue my education there.
So that's kind of up in the air, but I'm leaning heavily towards military, Air Force, or Army. Because the structure of this, just having stuff to do, is sort of what I need. And I know military would be a big benefit for me.
I am going to join the FEMA program after this. I'm going to go home for a little while and then I'll start the FEMA program. I really want to get into disaster services. I want to be hands-on with boots on the ground disaster response. So that's the field I want to go into. As far as college plans go, I don't really think I'm going to go back. Once I complete the program with just over 3,000 hours of community service and all kinds of diverse project work. I've Habitat for Humanity, the Red Cross, FEMA. There's a lot of possibilities and a lot of routes I could go without having to get a 4-year bachelor's degree.
I would like to have a job in which I am a part of something bigger and in which I'm serving other people, where I can apply all that knowledge and experience from a career to really create powerful effects. After AmeriCorps, I am going to start a new position with the Red Cross. I'm going to be working out of Marion, Ohio, and I will be a disaster program specialist. So I will be working with the Red Cross's disaster programming, a lot of volunteer management, again, a lot of relationship management, so I'm pretty excited to start that.
So after this, I will be joining another AmeriCorps program called Imagine Art. I will be getting sent to Austin, Texas to help teach people with physical and mental disabilities life skills through art and also just communication skills as well. I have my degree in studio art and I want to teach people. Most people don't think art is important sometimes, but people are able to express themselves better through visual media, and people who might have a complication of communicating can also can express their feelings better. So I have a problem with communicating with people, so I can relate to that. And also I continue to work with the government, and hopefully later on when I go back to Georgia, I can work in the arts and culture there and hopefully keep interacting with people who have the lack of skill to communicate.
It's been a really cool experience, just meeting these people, learning about their work, getting to talk to them about how they got started or how they started with their idea. And then generally, it's been a very warm welcome. People at this point definitely recognize AmeriCorps, and they appreciate what we do, which is really nice. Just that recognition and the friendliness and the warmth, that's been great. And then also the beautiful landscape and getting to go on a bunch of hikes.